Yes, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of DigiChat with Quartet 79, where we share real stories, real journeys, and real inspiration about freedom, purpose, and living life on our own terms. Today's topic is the one that many people dream about, but few truly understand: having freedom or just free time. I myself used to think, how amazing would it be if I could just retire and do nothing forever? But the truth is, if you stop working completely, it feels great for the first few months, right? And then comes that strange emptiness, that feeling of being left behind or even useless because you're no longer creating value. So, real freedom isn't about doing nothing. It's about doing things that make you feel alive. That is, those are choosing when to work, choosing where to work, and choosing who to work with. And most importantly, choosing the life you want to live. And our guest today is someone who embodies that perfectly. Miss Tina Teresa, a wonderful woman from Singapore who's now living in Italy with her family. Hi, Tina. Um, but as
Hello. Hi, everybody.
but as usual, let me introduce our co-host for tonight. First, I am Ngọc. I was born in Hanoi, and right now I'm living with my family. I have more than 20 years of experience working across different industries, from media, technology to aviation, and in all kinds of companies, from small private businesses to large state-owned enterprises. But alongside my main job, I've always had a side hustle to keep my finances secure. I started this digital business because I want to achieve financial freedom and early retirement to fulfill my dreams of traveling the world and enjoying my hobbies when I'm still full of energy. With a clear digital business career path, I'm now very close to my goals. Let me introduce another co-host for tonight, Chang. Please introduce yourself. Chang, you are mute. You are on mute.
She's still mute.
Please unmute, Trang ơi.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Ngọc, and welcome, Tina, to our show. I just want
Thank
to
you.
briefly introduce myself. I'm Trang Mira, also living and working in Hanoi with my small family, my husband, and a teenage son. I come to this digital business with over 20 years of experience in mostly the international corporate in telco and IT. Why my job give me a great benefits and also a great business life, but it also come with pressure. So I truthfully feel always short of time, the time for my family and even the time for myself. So I started this digital business in 2021 as a backup plan, and eventually a lot of changes in my working environment. So you all know about the IT world, right? So recently a lot of big giant IT companies having their layoff plan, and as a consequence of that, my job also have a lot of changes during the last years. So my plan B plan now is my plan A, and luckily with this business I can find my true freedom, both financially, time, and also my mind feel very free. And today I'm a coach in this thriving community of more than 250,000 members. And I have the privilege working with such international partners like Tina today. And we together help a lot of other people in their changing transition with their career, develop themselves, and build a flexible, fulfilling lifestyle and life to work. So that is the brief about myself. Let me introduce the next co-host, Thủy, to introduce about herself.
Okay, thank you, Chang. So, hello everyone. So, and special hello from Vietnam to Italy to Tina, our special guest from Italy. So, it's so happy to come back to our series chart, DigiChat, digital business from A to Z. And I'm so honored to Three, the one of the four of the Quartet. I've been living in Hanoi. So with my family, I have two teenagers, and I've been working in the banking and finance for more than 20 years since I graduated from the university. And you know that one of the very popular character of the banking field is that we are very busy. We have to sit in the office from 7 in the morning until the no not morning 5:30 or later that. So you know that I need more time to go on the way when growing up with my two children. So one of the reasons that I went to the business more time to enjoy the growing up process with my two teenagers. And the other development of AI, and we also threatened by the risks that to be replaced by the AI, the robot. So, that's the second reason I come to the digital business because I want to find a plan B for me and a financial freedom in the future. And of course, with digital business, not only the financial, the thing so much invisible knowledge, and also so very warmly welcome community. So a little bit about
Well, thank you, Thủy. The internet from Thủy side is not so bad, so that's why we cannot hear her very clearly, right? So, okay, so I take over. Now, let's me introduce myself. My name is Hằng. I'm living in Hanoi, Vietnam. I am a manager in a small construction company. I have two boys, and I have been running this business for over 5 years now. I'm a coach like Sis Chan here in the thriving community of more than 250,000 people from all over the world. The reason why I started this business is because I want to have more sources of income. I don't want my life or I don't want my family depends on the only one source of income, right? It's so risky. And I want to prepare the brighter future for my family, especially for my two boys. And thanks to the business, thanks to this amazing business, many, my dream has been come true. I can help my first boy to study overseas when he just joined the high school. I can help my second boy to study in international school in Hanoi. So amazing, right? And I help my family to have a lot of chances to go and to travel around the world. It's amazing, and I feel so grateful that I did take action to join this amazing business, right? So yeah, I'm always grateful. So today, our special guest Tina from Italy. Now let's hear her story. So please, Tina, please introduce a bit about yourself so everyone can know about you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies. So honored to have four ladies from Hanoi with me today. I was just telling no earlier that I like Hanoi, I like Vietnam, and my last trip to Hanoi, I just recalled, was 10 years ago when my son was just 12, 10, 11 years, a long time. I have to come back and visit you ladies. So my name is Tina, as everybody know. I'm originally from Singapore. I left Singapore at the end of 2022 because of one man. That's my husband. He's Italian. So I always want to live in Europe. So he kind of made my dream come true, as well as my nightmare. But so I have a grown-up son already. By the time I left in 2022, my son Andre is already 20 years old. So he was also finishing his poly studies, and he's independent in the sense, and we have family there back in Singapore where he stays with because I already left. So yeah, that's me. So my husband and I together do not have any children together. So in Italy, it's just two of us, no kids, but we have two fur babies, a cat and a dog. That keeps me very busy, actually. So very briefly about myself here. I think the rest about myself, you will get to hear it as you continue with the questions.
Thank you for the introduction. I guess that it's worth changing your life for a handsome man, right? Because Italian men are really famous for being handsome. But you know, actually, when you are moving to a new country, even though it sounds exciting, but it also means starting over in so many ways. New environment, new culture, new language, and even a different rhythm of life. So let me start by asking you this. When you moved from Singapore to Italy, everything must have felt so different, right? What was the biggest challenge for you during that transition, and how did you adapt to it?
I wouldn't say there's one particular challenge. I would say it's a few. It's like I have to climb mountain one after another. Of course, the first biggest challenge is language. I can't speak Italian at that time, and thank goodness my husband only speaks Italian. His English is like my Italian back then. We used to, because we met online, right? So we used to message each other on Google Translate. And when you're in person, you have to learn the language. So I have no choice but to learn the language very, very fast. In the first few months, I still have to do a bit of Google Translate and the language. Then, apart from the language, is the culture. Oh my God, it was one shock after another. Again, because we come from different backgrounds, again, it's a lot of adaptation. But because we are a couple, it's easy to adapt. But to the outside world, it's not. Now, to clarify so that you all understand, Sicily is not Italy. Sicily used to have mafias, remember? And Sicily, the Sicilians are very, very old-fashioned. Their mentality is in the 60s. A woman's home is at home. A woman's role is at home, sorry. You're not supposed to work. You're supposed to just cook and clean the house, which is what most of the Sicilian ladies do here. They wake up in the morning, they go to the kitchen. In the evening, they just leave the kitchen. They never really leave their house except to go to the supermarket. Now, fortunately, I love cooking. I love experimenting dishes, and of course, my husband is my guinea pig. So the first few months was quite easy on this part of asking me to stay home, because being a past career woman, I used to, of course, everybody work in the corporate world. I was in PR and marketing. So can you imagine how outgoing I am? So I don't mind going to the markets because you meet other people, and then I realized that, second culture shock. The women don't like me because I'm Asian. I took their men. It's very, very true. And I'm not afraid to say it on social media. But a man likes me. They find me very, very interesting because of my ethnic group. I'm Chinese, but I speak perfect English, and I'm learning Italian, and my mentality is not very Chinese because there's a lot of Chinese here as well, from China, you know. So I practice my Italian speaking to them in the market. That's how I learned, because I love cooking, right? So all my ingredients, you talk to me about food, about cooking, I can speak in Italian. After that, I don't know how to go about already. So it's a progressive learning, and I have zero friends back then. It's only after 9 months here, I met my first friend. And she is also like me, got married to a Sicilian. She's from France. So that was my first friend. And from that one friend, my circle of friends grew to, well, still not a lot. It's not like Singapore, you know, you have ladies get together all the time. No, here it is a 9 to 5 going out time, not a 9 to 5 job. Because why 9 to 5? Your husbands leave home at 8 o'clock. Then you get ready and you leave at 9. You have to be back by 5 because you have to cook dinner. And that was expected of me, which I didn't mind. But what was another shock was, initially I was expected to do lunch. So can you imagine, after my breakfast, I have to quickly prepare lunch and they come back. Most Italians will go home for lunch because their lunchtime is 1 to 3, siesta time. And then they will leave the house at 3, go back to work, come back at 6 for dinner. Can you imagine, between 3 to 6? That's my preparation. So I did that really for 6 months because I didn't know, right? I wasn't sure. And then I told myself, this is not what I'm going to do. So I spoke to my husband, because my husband runs his own company. I said, why is your lunchtime so long? It's not productive. You know, Singaporeans, we are very productivity oriented. He said, but that's what we do. We have to go home, rest, sleep. Sleep, they really sleep after lunch. And then we start again. I said, yeah, but if you do that, you should stop work at 8 o'clock, not 6 o'clock. No, we stop work at 6 o'clock. I said, okay, then I'm sorry. One, you're not coming back for lunch because I'm not going to spend my time doing nothing but stay in the kitchen. So you have your lunch wherever you are, because they can just eat a sandwich, right? Or he's outside. And then you tell your staff, lunchtime is now 1 hour. He said, no, cannot. They will all quit on me. I said, okay, I change it. Lunchtime is 1.5 hours, 1 to 2:30, and start work. And they don't finish work till 6. He's like, okay, let's try. And they tried and they did it. Because if I'm going to follow that tradition, I will die. So honestly, if I am any weaker as a woman, I will be held by the nose and do what they do here. But I just put my foot down because I came here not to slave in the kitchen. I came here to live my life. So in the midst of adapting, I respect your culture. You have to respect mine. So I had a tough first year, honestly. Was not easy. And until now, I don't have any Italian female friends. Yeah.
That's really, really tough.
Yes.
Actually, yeah.
Yes.
And
Yes. All my friends are they're international. Um, in Asia is myself and another girl from India. And we make a point to meet each other at least once a month, if not once a fortnight. So we'll spend the whole day out together and then we'll come back. And that's the day I don't cook.
but at least that you, it's really tough, but at least that you find your way and as strong as you are, right? And
Yes,
I
because
totally
the other option is to go back to Singapore, and that's not an option, right? So yes, I fought very, very hard, I must say. Yeah.
Yeah, but
and
actually, you were so good at educating your husband.
so
I
so as
brainwash him.
your, yeah, as your story, then you already know the way, and also, like you say, educate your husband and win
Educate.
the small battle, and have your life like you want. But then I just have a little bit curious that why and what is the turning point that lead you to this happy business? Because you seems to have the life you already fighting for. Hello.
Oh, Tina, internet is out of service, I think. Oh, okay, she's back.
Are we back?
Can you hear?
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
back.
can you hear the question
Let
clearly?
me. Right. Let me. So, why?
Your voice was
Okay, let me
very
turn off one
broken.
device. Now, is it better? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Is it
Much
better?
better now. Yeah, much better.
Okay. Yeah, I rebooted the Wi-Fi. So, although broke through certain cultures and traditions, it is still not my own country. There is still a lot of restrictions, and unless I throw my man away, there's no other way but to adapt still. But I was definitely not happy being retired. I tried, like not earlier said, we all want to retire, do nothing. I did that. Let me tell you, I'll never want to do nothing again for the rest of my life. I really did nothing apart from the cooking part, right? You just wake up in the morning and it's like, okay, I'm going to exercise, and you go to the market and you cook, and this becomes a routine. And suddenly I was like, what happened to all the things I learned in school? I used to write as well, and I'm back to it now. And then I was like, I lost track with my friends in Singapore because of the time difference as well. And the friends that I know here, they are all teachers. They teach English online. So they also have their own activity in a way. So I then realized that every morning I wake up, suddenly I don't know what day is what day. You know what I mean? Monday to Sunday is the same for me, except on weekend my husband is next to me. That's all. I can't be like going shopping all the time because I don't live in the city center. Thank God. Otherwise, I'll be more poor than how it was. I can't be shopping every day. Cooking is fun up to a point that you get bored as well. So I realized that every day my passion is being killed. I'm no longer as happy as I was. I became very quiet. All I did was watch Cantonese drama from Hong Kong just to keep touch because I'm Cantonese, right? So I like the same language. I read the newspapers from Singapore, but I have nobody to communicate with, and I was dying. As you can see from me on screen, I'm a very, very active person. I cannot stop talking. That's what my husband said. You can't stop talking. But I have nobody to talk to. And okay, my dog became my best friend because I talked to my dog, and then I realized, hey, I'm talking to I'm talking to an animal. Something is very wrong. I have to do something. I actually had an online retail business back in Singapore. I was bringing health food products from Greece to sell in Singapore, and that was doing very well. But I tried reviving that, but I can't because there's no buddy from the Singapore end to connect to do it for me. Then I was like, okay, that one cannot do. Then I start thinking, I must do something. I thought then, okay, maybe I become a home chef and I cook for the people here. But it doesn't work in Sicily because remember, my earlier intro was all the women in Sicily cook at home. So who is going to come and eat my home chef food? Again, it didn't work. Then I said, okay, enough is enough. There must be something to do online. I went on to Facebook and I started scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. So that was how I started. So I guess the next question, then I will tell you my funny Facebook story.
So it's quite interesting to hear the how after 6 months of doing nothing, and it's so different from a very active person to become a do nothing woman in Italy. But that I think that the difference, the popular difference between the Asian and the European, and in my opinion only, it seems that Asian people are more industrious, right?
We're more
They
hardworking. That's a yes.
hardworking. Yeah, we are used to used to hardworking, and we cannot sit idly.
Yeah.
We have to do something. We
Yeah.
cannot sit for nothing for long. So you told us about how you come to the Facebook and looking for something to do online. So can you tell us the story? How did you come across the digital business?
Okay.
And yeah. So, and what made you think that that's the right
It's for
thing
me.
for you to start? Yeah.
Okay. Now, apart from the do nothing, I was also running broke. I live on my savings for almost a year and a half. And I had to send money back home to my son back then because he was still, I only stopped sending money back to my son at the beginning of this year after he graduated. And then he slowly got himself and then he had part-time jobs and enlisted to the army. And then he said, Mom, don't need to send me any more things. I think he's richer than me now. So scrolling through Facebook, I actually came by a lot of advertisements. A lot of them I realized were not true. Some of them ask you to do investments, which I tried and I lost money actually. I lost 2,000 euros before. Then there were others that said you can go onto TikTok and try other things, or you can get clicks. So a lot of different versions of online business, and it didn't like somehow fit until I came across an ad. Now my what I wanted was very simple, something that can do online from anywhere in the world, because I still need to travel home. I don't want to report to a boss. I don't want a desk-bound job. So, and I don't want to invest a lot of money because remember, I need money, right? I was trying to find a way to earn some more money. So the first time I was introduced to this business was back in 2003. Remember, after 6 months already, I was bored, right? 2003. I still remember it was winter, it was very cold at home, and I saw this lady talking about her online business, and she's a dentist living in Canada. So I was like, whoa, dentist doing this business? Interesting. And she then I connected with her and she introduced me to a complimentary webinar. But the funny part was when I watched the webinar for the first 15 minutes, I was very convinced it's a scam. So I turned off the webinar. And to make it worse, she kept messaging me day and night. And I was more convinced. I said, no, I blocked her. I totally blocked her and I left the thought of wanting to start an online or anything online, because online equals scam for me. So what I did was I decided to concentrate learning my Italian, and I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything from that beginning of 2023 until 2024. So again, I was still doing Facebook, talking to my friends, chatting, scrolling. Facebook was my only connection with my world. And again, someone else popped up in my screen. And this time, she's a lady walking in the woods. And she sounded really happy, really carefree. And she has a dog and I have a dog. So again, we connected. And the difference was this time, she asked if she could connect with me on WhatsApp, and I said, yeah, sure. We exchanged numbers, and I think she had an advantage because her name is also Tina. So I got on and chat with her, and then she said, okay, you have to watch this complimentary webinar. And I said, sure, send me the. I have totally forgotten about what I saw and blocked 1 year ago. So again, I click on, and I saw this handsome guy again. We all know who that handsome guy is. And I said, eh, sounds the same, man. I said, okay, since it sounds the same, it can't be a scam. Can't be scammed twice, right? So I watched full this time. And when I finished watching that whole 90 minutes, I then realized that this is what I want actually. It ticked a lot of my boxes. The best part was no inventory. I like that one. And then you can do it from anywhere in the world. Okay, also can. And then there was this training part that I was like, oh, what kind of training? What kind of products? You know, whoever is watching, this is your similar question that all of us had. What products am I supposed to sell? Am I supposed to sell my own products? Am I supposed to sell some products? And then they say no selling. So no selling, how to make money? Was all the questions I was having. And so I asked her, and she said, okay, now that you've watched that, you have to go to the next level to unlock it, to unlock that so that they can answer more of your questions. So I said, why can't you answer me? And she said, because if I have to answer you, I'm going to take 1 whole week. Do you want to do that? I was like, no. And she said, when you unlock it, you can actually write down all the information they tell you, and then you ask me questions. I said, okay. And without a second thought, I know some people took a long time to unlock the second part of the business information part, and because there is a fee to pay, and that will be your first investment. And I didn't know why at that time I was so rich. I just said, oh, 149, okay, take out my credit card, ding, and it unlocked everything for me to see, and there was no turning back. I called her. It took me 3 days to watch and to digest. And honestly, I went to Google search. I Googled the company, I Googled name, I Googled my coach as well. My coach, my mentor is the same person as my coach. So I said, okay, let's do the coaching call. Because then she said, okay, you know what happens the coaching call, there's no turning back. Yeah, do the coaching call. So all this happened in a matter of 5 days. She said I'm very fast, but that's me. If I'm going to, wait. And that was it. And that's how I'm here.
Yeah, you are very,
Did
very
I answer that question?
So congratulations, Tina.
Yes.
You dare to take action and to be here. So your story remind me about myself as well. When I first decided to join the business, it took me almost 1 year to follow my mentor until I dared to take the encouragement to join the community. But after joining the community, it took me only about 1 week for me to start this digital business. And from then, I will never regret about my decision. So that's why we are here, right? So before I ask you the question, may I know that your city that you're living in now is Sicilia? Is this the home country of the very famous film and story, The Godfather?
The Godfather.
Yeah,
Yes,
I remember.
yes,
Wow, it's very famous. I love reading.
I went there. Yes.
Yeah.
It's very beautiful there. It's very beautiful
Yeah.
where they film it. Yes, I went there. I visited the place. It's very nice.
That's true. For me, my most impression about Italy is very, very hot there because I used to be there in summer, I think in August.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It was 42 degrees in Rome city, and
Yes.
it's very solid. And even now at 10 p.m. it's still very hot and still as daytime, right?
Yes.
Wow,
Yes.
it's wonderful.
So
So,
summer,
yeah, okay.
I run back to Singapore. It's really hot.
Yes,
And
yes,
they
that's true.
they
That's
don't have air conditioning in the houses. A
Yeah,
lot of
that's true. No
houses.
aircon. Yeah.
And
So
then when it's
thanks to the
winter,
pieces, yeah,
there's
that
no
we have
heat.
chatting, yeah, to know about the new culture, right? Okay, so back to
Yes.
the question that I would like to ask you is that now you have found a way to work on your own terms, in your own time. You can work anywhere, anytime you want. So how has your definition of freedom changed compared to before?
I would say freedom does not just mean do whatever you want whenever you want. Yeah, that is freedom, but I guess there is different types of freedom. Now I have reached a point that yes, I can do whatever I want and whenever I want, but there is also this other thing called mental and financial freedom. Financial freedom, I have not reached the peak yet, definitely. Everybody's definition of financial freedom is different, right? I feel more relief now because of this online business. Plus, I do not have to take care of another person, which is my son. That lifted a lot of things off my chest. I won't say it's burden, it's responsibility. And the other one is mental freedom. The part of me that when I wake up in the morning, I know what day it is and I'm more focused. And I'm also very happy that I can choose what I like to do. At the same time, I can choose to help people along the way. And what else do I want to say? No, I forgot. I'll come back to it. And I think that is, oh, yes, I found myself. That is that freedom that I wanted. I found myself, my sense of purpose in life, not just, wake up every morning, do the marketing. No. And I'm one person that love to plan, love to schedule. And my husband is a direct opposite. So I've taken over that role now. I will plan holidays. I will plan when to do this, when to do that. If I can schedule an entire year of where we are supposed to go, I will do that. But then in Italy, the Italians are very different. They don't schedule, they don't plan. They do it last minute. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I now kind of adapted. I plan my own. I book my own etiquette. And the last minute man will come and pay double the price. Oh, which day are you traveling? I said, here, if you want, you pay this price, travel with me. That's it. Because
Wow.
I live my own life. Although we're a couple, I am not attached to you. I'm my own person, and that is the freedom that I love. And you're another person, you're your own person, and I enjoy that individual identity. Yeah.
Wow, such a wonderful freedom and such a wonderful lifestyle we are always looking for and desire,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So totally agree with Tina. The freedom is that we feel not only about that we have free time, but we have financial freedom, health freedom as well, and even mindset freedom. We can go or do anything anywhere we want, right? We can work with anyone we want, something like that. That is a truly freedom. Yeah, so thank you so much, Tina, for your joining us today, and for all our followers, all our friends on Facebook, or if you by chance you have a chance to watch our video, it is some kind like the signal from the universe to send you that hey, that's an opportunity for you, right? So if you
Yep.
guys want to know more about this business, quite simple. The first step, contact any of us here, message us. Drop your name and email in our website to get more information about this amazing digital business. And if you are ready, join the community like we all did before, and you will see that the new one open in front of your eyes with 149 US dollar. And
Yep.
after that, you know in very detail about what affiliate product or service that we are working with, and how the system running, what is the investment, what's the strategy, and everything is clear for you after 149 US dollar. And you are not happy? No problem. Just ask for refund. The system will return you the money. And if you are happy, go on book coaching call with the coach, and you will be one of our
members in our thriving community. And like all of us here, we will never regret that we had take action to be in this amazing community. So thank you, Tina, again for your joining us today, and
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank
So hope
you.
all of us can find ourselves
You too.
now, right?
Thank you, everyone.
Bye,
for
everybody.
watching. Have a
Hope
great
to
day.
see you in Vietnam, Tina.
Yeah, hope to see you, Tina, in Vietnam
When I
soon.
come to Hanoi, I will call you. Yes, I will call all
Sure, we
you.
will call a party
Yeah,
to welcome you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, yes, bye-bye
I
for
will,
now.
I will. Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Bye.
Okay,
Bye bye.
Bye.